Hello there, YouTube. Now, hopefully this will work. I look a bit of a state, but that's okay. It's only a test video anyway. I'm testing to see whether or not I can record without having to go with handheld vertical filming every time on my phone. Now, when I switch it to horizontal and change the camera around like this, the colours seem a bit washed out, but it does have a function where I can change the contrast, so hopefully that'll work. It's been a week since I last uploaded, and I haven't got another trophy since the one for Awesome P, which is a pain in the arse. I was supposed to be getting the Hollow Knight trophy. It was the next one I wanted to get. I just haven't got around to doing it. I want to sit down and do the last couple of trophies with Hollow Knight. I want to spend a couple of hours with it and just really get into it. It's one of my favourite games. I don't want to rush in and do that just because it's something to do. I want to spend a day where that's the thing I'm doing. So, that's fine. If I end up skipping over it and coming back to it later, that's also fine. I could also make it my 40th instead of my 30th. I have been writing. I've been writing more for Sovereign Steel. This is the character sheet that's now been printed out. I mean, it's only a rough draft. Obviously, you can see that there's a border on it. It shouldn't really be there, but it's fine for what it is. The text is a little on the small side, so I may need to redesign to make that bigger. I'm not sure, because it's not difficult to read, but it could be for some people. Like, for me, it's fine. But I could definitely see some people saying that's difficult to read. So I may have to redesign that. Other than that, I've been doing some writing. A couple of little changes to the skill list and to the way combat's being done that have been based off the playtesting we've been doing so far. It's going fairly well. I'm going to do some more writing today. It's actually what I've been focused on for most of this week. I kind of hit this moment where I was hyper-focusing on the writing, and I started a complete rewrite. Now, I say complete rewrite. One of these things I find I do with projects is I start them, and then I add addendums, and I change things, and eventually I get to the point where I go, this project needs to be scrapped and restarted. So what I do is I then take the original project, save it as it is, put it to one side, and start a brand new project. I then plan out where everything's going to go, and I copy-paste the stuff I want to keep from the original project into the correct areas, so now I can build around them without all the outdated stuff being in the way. So that's what I've been doing. I'm hoping to have it out fairly soon. It will officially be my version 6, but that's fine. Like, the version numbers are just so that I can keep track of all the different versions. It's still the first edition, obviously. But I'm going to go through this in its own video at some point and describe how all the different skills work, because they are substantially different now to how they were in my original skills video. And I think there's some nice, interesting twists that have come about through the use of the skills actually in gameplay, and what skills seem to be missing and what skills we simply don't need. So I have changed a few things around, like I say. I think it works well. Video game-wise, like I said, I didn't get that trophy for Hollow Knight yet. I have been playing a lot of fighting games. I got loads of fighting games just sitting there. And I've been getting into Street Fighter for the best part of a year now. I played Guilty Gear Strive for a while, and I realised I had a load of fighting games that I'd barely touched, or that I'd only played on guest account for a bit when I've been playing multiplayer. So I decided to have a little look and see what I've got. I've got Soul Calibur. Where did the sun disappear to? That change was suddenly very quick. Yeah, I use natural light, if you hadn't guessed. Suddenly someone blotted out the sun. Anyway, I have Soul Calibur 6, I have Tekken 7, I have a few other ones that I got for free, like Grand Blue Fantasy. I've got SNK Heroines. I've got a Dead or Alive game. I've got Guilty Gear Xrd, or whatever the fuck it's called. Stupid. Guilty Gear, stupid name, stupid thing you can't say. Whatever the name. it's named by anime convention. String of useless words that don't actually mean anything. Some of them are actually made up, and some of them just have random numbers and letters in for no reason. The Japanese don't know how to name anything. But yeah, the Guilty Gear games were actually my first real foray into gaming, so I want to try and get Stride. I think it's It's, instead of third, it's XRD. It's third. It's Guilty Gear third something. But they put an X instead of a 3 for no fucking reason. But yeah, I don't know which one it is. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But I've got that one on digital as well that I must have got for free somewhere, or it must have been part of some kind of bundle that I bought. I've got a couple of small indie games that I tried one of them. It was $1.99 on PlayStation Network. I thought for $1.99, you can't even buy a cheeseburger now. So even if the game is shite, it's still worth a try at $1.99. So I picked it up, and it is okay for $1.99. It could be much better, but for what it is, if it's made by a small indie team, it's a 4-button, fairly simple combat system. It feels very clunky, but it works. I can't really complain too much. I would like to get back into Killer Instinct, but obviously it's not on PlayStation, so that one's a difficult one to justify at the moment if I'm trying to go for platinum trophies. But I do enjoy Killer Instinct. It's one of my favourites. Book-wise, the buddy read for Something Wicked This Way Comes is coming to a close, and we're going to be starting Phantom of the Opera soon, and I'm only about halfway through the book, because I've been hyper-focusing on writing, so I keep forgetting to do other things, like play my games, or read my books, or eat. Such is life. But anyway, that's just a quick follow-up. This is more really just a test to see how the camera works. So I'm going to put this up and see if I can get a decent video out of my phone in a small tripod on the table. If this works, then I can start putting up videos very regularly. Because the main reason I didn't use my camera, which is sitting over there, is that if I do this, I have to edit it. And that means going onto my computer, moving the file from my camera onto the computer, editing the color balance, the exposure, ripping the audio, and then putting the audio through Audacity to filter out background noise, a really horrible buzz and click that the camera produces that is so loud that it drowns out my voice. Doing audio balancing, because sometimes it takes the S sound and makes a really, really high-pitched whistle with them. So you've got to try and filter that out in ways. But basically, the camera is crap. But it's a very old camera. I've had it for absolutely yonks. What this will mean is that I can't do what I've done in previous videos if I'm using my phone this way. I can still do like color correction a little bit, and I can still I could shrink down the screen so I can do a little bit of editing. But other than cropping and color editing, I don't think I can do anything else. I can't put any cuts in. So all the ums and ahs are staying in, which is a pain in the arse, because that was a useful thing for me to be able to do. I could have an idea, I could express the idea and go, you know what, I don't like how I said that, and I can just stop and then say the same thing again. And I would just say the same sentence again. I'd just pause for about a half second or a second or so, and then repeat that sentence. And then when I was editing, I could just go in and cut out the version I don't want. Effectively doing multiple takes, which meant that the video went smoother. I didn't do it often, but I did it enough. I don't think I can do that anymore. That's awkward. It means every video is now going to have to be one take. So I'm going to have to make sure I learn how to enunciate, stop saying all the time, stop pausing, make sure that I can breathe, not get disrupted by the cat or have anyone knock on the door. This is going to be a pain in the arse, I think. But we can try. At the very least, as it stands, this works. If I really need to, I could upload this video from my phone as a private video, download it from YouTube, and then it would be on my computer, and I could edit it. But it also means I can't put the little borders that I had And they were nice. They were cute little borders. I enjoyed designing them, but I'm not going to be able to add them in. I also can't do things that I used to do, like put up a picture of a book, like edit in the picture of a book. That was cool. I liked doing that. I think it added just a little bit of a visual flair to the videos. It wasn't too much. I wasn't trying to look professional, but it meant that instead of me having to do things like reaching over and grabbing a book off the table, this is my rather worse for wear copy of War and Peace. I've got the digital copy on an e-reader, so I probably read from that. But I wanted to get specifically this copy because it's translated by Anne Donegan, which is the translator that Brian Lee Durfee recommends. So I want to get this, and this is the only edition that I can find that is. It's the Signet Classics. It's the only edition I can find that has this translation. Now, I have the digital version, but you don't own digital media. That can be taken off my Kindle at any time, because Amazon can do that, apparently. So I wanted to at least have a physical copy so that I can go back to it, but I had to buy it used, and it's seen better days. But anyway, that's enough of that, I think. I've been rambling on for over 11 minutes now. I can see the timer, which is nice. But yeah, I'm going to put this up, see how it works, and we can consider this to be a worthwhile test. See you guys in the next video. Bye.